What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Monday Night Raw review. And let's just say we had a lot of big things happening coming off of Battleground, which wasn't really that good of a pay-per-view. Like I said before, you look at the review, I said it was very kind of predictable and somewhat very unexciting last night. Like I said before, if you want to see my review of it, check it out. It's a lot of things from the pay-per-view that I talked about. But they were here tonight in Miami, Florida, and Triple H came out talking about he's about to blow a gasket after happened last night, that he has to get the title off Cena. And someone has to beat him. He was going to announce the person about the main event for SummerSlam tonight, who was going to face him. But then he started making fun of the internet fans, saying like, about all you fans that's like, I'm going to stop watching the show. I'm going to take, I'm going to complain on social media, he says. I'm going to vine it, go on Twitter, Instagram. And said, why don't I just fire everything in the back? And why don't I talk to my friend? We're not going to watch the show anymore. We're going to riot my friend Mark, which I think people would know what that means. So Triple H took a shot at a lot of internet fans that say that. Wrestling fans and people that say they're going to stop watching wrestling when shit gets bad, but I guess people come back. And pretty much he says it's going to be another 4 weeks, but a wise man once said he's guaranteed there's going to be a new champion. Randy Orton came out and pretty much told Triple H, I haven't had my rematch, singles rematch since WrestleMania for the title. And Orton said he guaranteed he would beat John Cena at SummerSlam, same old. And pretty much Triple H says, yeah, you are a forefront, you could make it, but he hasn't made up his mind yet. And everybody in the roster has to convince him. And he pretty much talked about you have to impress him. And Kane came out saying, when am I going to get my title shot? I'm tired of being his babysitter. I'm tired of protecting Orton. And then Reigns came out saying nobody doesn't want to see Cena versus Kane. Nobody doesn't want to see Cena versus Orton. People want to see Cena versus Reigns. And pretty much the crowd went nuts and pretty much hit the Superman punch on Kane when he got in the ring. And Triple H says, alright, handicap match then. Orton and Kane versus Roman Reigns, which pretty much Reigns beat them, hitting the Superman punch on Kane, then spearing him after Kane's going to choke Orton in the ring, which I don't know why I felt like Reigns was going to destroy both these two anyway. The odds weren't really stacked against them since Kane and Orton are in the same thing with Triple H trying to do what they can, bad henchmen, and see who's going to take the title away from Cena. Jericho, pretty much a Divas match is supposed to happen. Well, 4-on-1 match. Whoever, Alicia Fox 2, that's Cameron, Eva Marie, and, Rosa Mendez against Nikki Bella. When Nikki Bella came out, Brie Bella was in the crowd. Stephanie came out there talking about what happened at Payback and telling Brie Bella that you left, you abandoned your sister to just go to your husband, Daniel Bryan. And when she walked off, Brie called her bitch, and pretty much says, what did you call me? And she had a ticket so she could be in, and Stephanie couldn't kick her out. And Brie took the mic, pretty much saying Stephanie was being a vindictive bitch. And pretty much then Stephanie slapped her, and she tried to jump over there, but she told him to security, throw her out, get her out of my building, get her out. And when they threw, pretty much the Divas started attacking Nikki Bella then after the match started throughout, which people already know on the internet, and they did that that delay when the screen went black. Pretty much Nikki Bella had a nipple slip right there. Pretty much you could see a boob. That's all you could see on TV, and pretty much it was a good angle, good segment, and pretty much the Total Divas destroyed Nikki Bella's scissors kick, which people give two craps about Nikki Bella getting the shit beaten out of for some reason. Some people, I read these things and like, well, why doesn't John Cena come out? If the authority's going to get him, it's his girlfriend, so why doesn't John Cena come out? If people watch the damn Total Divas and everybody knows. Bo Dallas was out there ready for matches. He went against LeBron James when everybody booed. Damien Sandow, LeBron James. Talk about, I'm taking my towns back from South Beach back to Cleveland. And pretty much Dallas beat him, which Dallas was still with the face tonight, and Sandow was the heel. And when Dallas won with the Bulldog, but it wasn't a 16 and Bo, 18 and Bo, and Bo Dallas did his whole run around ring, but Nothing heel, or like he was the face tonight and Sandow was the heel. It's kind of odd. It was good, but it was just something weird about it. Bray Wyatt came out in the crowd after he got rid of Jericho, beating him up and then backing him with his Sister Abigail. And he talked about Jericho, then talked about Sister Abigail and everything. Talked about Wars and Gang and the Wyatt family. We've done a lot of tests since we came to WWE. Demolished giants, destroyed people, make heroes come to their knees, and Jericho's just the one another man. And he pretty much says he's not a normal man in society. He says. And he says, I could live to 100. I live 100 years a day, man. And pretty much he told Jericho that Abigail told him, like, when you seek vengeance, you're gonna have to dig two graves, one for yourself, or one for him, your enemy, and one for yourself. But he does. That's gonna. It unfortunately that's for him, Chris. Pretty much for Jericho. So there's I am forever, and pretty much got on his knees and said, "Follow the buzzards." And when they went back, our truth was checking on Jericho. His ear was bleeding. And the Miz came out. Oh my God, he's got like his light action thing now. He adds to his entrance, and it's almost like a white suit coming out, looking like Disco Inferno. Pretty much, he was ready to fight Dolph Ziggler. Non-title match, which was a really good match. Ziggler got the win, which I still don't get the logic of this. Of okay, 3 weeks, get no reaction, win the Intercontinental title, and now lose on Raw when you win the title. And pretty much it was a good match. Ziggler hit him with the zigzag, and pretty much near still the champion, the Miz, and I don't know. It's gonna be. Was this one of the things where he's just gonna keep losing, even though he's the champ? Sorry, the champion. But that's pretty much what happened there. With that, Triple H was talking to Seth Rollins in the back, talking about you can't cash it in pretty much right now. Yeah, you don't want to take it this far right now. You know, challenge at SummerSlam and wait. But Cesaro came in and he said he's not a Paul Heyman guy anymore for some reason. He said, I'm your guy, Triple H. He says. And he says, alright, you can take out Dean Ambrose. And Triple H booked the match, which I thought it was odd that he wasn't, I don't know why he got rid of from Paul Heyman. That was odd. Never never told anybody he's not a Paul Heyman guy anymore. AJ and Paige won against Natalya and Emma. AJ and Paige won at the Shining Wizard and the Black Widow on Natalya. And then pretty much after that, Paige attacked AJ, beating her up all over the ring, throw her across the announce table, saying, "This is my house. This is my house." I guess it was about time one of these two turned heel, because we didn't know who was going to be heel, who's going to be face. So now I guess people can now side of AJ. Okay. Since AJ's back now, and you can side with AJ now and stuff. Sorry about that. Sorry for the long pause, just checking something. Pretty much AJ now, I guess, is the face and Paige is the heel, saying this is my house, beating up AJ, throwing it across the ring. So pretty much that happened then. And so Paige was heel, which was about time, pretty much, because I don't think anybody was getting with anybody really. Fandango winning and Zack Ryder, who hasn't had a match on Raw in ages. Zack Ryder pretty much had Summer Rae and Layla out there, pretty much distracted Fandango. Zack Ryder hasn't had a match on Raw in years. He finally got a win on Raw tonight. And JBL pretty much buried him, saying, "Who is this, some internet champion or something? He doesn't win anything. Who is this guy?" But I didn't know Zack Ryder's still part of the roster sometimes. I'm surprised he isn't released yet. But Zack Ryder has finally got a win on Raw. And I'm sorry, hold on a second. Trust your mom this over me. I'm sorry about that. I had to check something. But moving on with the show, oh yeah, they interviewed Flo Rida. Talking about maybe if I do my performance of a night, Triple H would give me a shot at for going for the title against John Cena. That's not gonna happen. He pretty much said that's not gonna happen. And then Heath Slater came up saying that, hey, remember me, WrestleMania 28, you pushed me, I'll come do it back. Pretty much Heath Slater pushed Flo Rida, and Flo Rida pushed him to the ground, knocking him, which I don't know why we have people performing on this show again. Why are we having people perform on Raw? I don't know. I have nothing against Flo Rida. I'm not the biggest fan of his music. Maybe one or two songs, even though, you know, people say he's not even a rapper. Well, he is a rapper still, but.
I say I can record 6 or 7 times a day.
He is a rapper still, but I don't know.
Sometimes I get up in the middle of the night and clean the toilet.
Now, every time you go, Lysol cleans for you. New Lysol No Mess Max gives you max cleaning with every flush, while its fragrance gels release 4 weeks of max freshness. That's what I like to hear. Someone clean the toilet for me. Lysol. Start healthy.
Sorry guys, trying to toilet. Alright. Nope.
Sorry guys, you're gonna have to forgive me for this Monday Night Raw review on this one, for moving back and forth. I had to check multiple things. But why Flo Rida pushed him to the ground, I don't know why. And he performed, and I don't know why Stephanie introduced him as she was the heel earlier, and she's introducing the musical guest. Why do we need a musical guest on Raw? And the crowd looked like they were into it, but I think wrestling fans don't really like people, a lot of, you know, artists performing on Raw because it's a wrestling show, not a concert. I'm not nothing against Flo Rida that he did a bad job, but do we really need to see people perform?
Join the search for the perfect home on House Hunters. Bargain hunters will love this smoking deal. And look, this has a pretty outdoor kitchen. The refrigerator has orange. I'm not going to do that. Watch House Hunters every weeknight at 10. Brought to you by Empire Today. For your carpet flooring and window treatment needs, call today.
I am sorry for these interruptions. Like I said, Flo Rida, I don't know why we need to perform, but pretty much after then, police were talking to Stephanie McMahon then, telling her she's been arrested for striking Brie Bella, and they didn't, she kept arguing with police, saying that you have to come with us, and so people started chanting yes then and going crazy, and the cops were going after her then, and Stephanie was about to go to jail, and they put her in handcuffs. Triple H was in the back trying to save. Like, what are you doing? Do you know who I am? Do you know I am? And then I liked how Triple H was saying, like, oh, you guys drive a hybrid? Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, oh, yeah, you're making a career decision. And why are we crying? Yes, Florida is stupid to be arrested in because you can have the worst legal system ever in Florida. They'll let anybody off in Florida. That's been proven, but that's been proved by Florida letting anybody off nowadays. You can get away with any crime, it looks like, since they have a very stupid legal system. And pretty much, and I don't know why she's crying, like, you guys are rich, you'll be out in under the hour, like 5 minutes, pretty much. It's like, you guys are rich. But it was a good segment. I just find it funny Triple H was saying, like, oh yeah, you guys drive a hybrid? That was funny. And pretty much they were pissed then. And Triple H was pretty much still angry in the back, and he was talking to Joey Mercury, which pretty much works as a producer now, and in the back. And pretty much he was about to go get Stephanie out of jail, and pretty much, he then said she's not processed yet. We still got the lawyers on their way over there to get her out. But Triple H, pretty much for the last hour of the show, and Triple H and him still had to make the decision on who was going to face John Cena at SummerSlam. So he stayed and pretty much sent them and pretty much put the car on standby. Standby then. So I thought it was funny. Triple H was gonna go, then he stayed. Had to still make a decision, but sent somebody else to go get his wife out of jail. Ryback and Curtis Axel. Curtis Axel won against Kofi Kingston and Big E. Ryback and Curtis Axel won, but then for some reason Xavier Woods came out in a white suit looking like Brother Love and started talking about, listen, it's enough of us dancing like puppets around here. I've been telling folks this for a long time. It's our time now. And talked about it's now we take. And I'm looking at this. Is this the new nation of domination right now or something? Like, we got a new nation. It's our trip. I don't know why we got. Well, why is Xavier Woods the leader? Why is he the leader? He's not even that good, and he's trying to call things. I didn't like. What has he been talking about? I can see if R-Truth joins this, Mark Henry, Titus O'Neil, so it's like what, every black guy in WWE is now a group. I don't know where this is going. Is this the new nation of domination or some type of new super group? Because we don't really have any other factions to face anybody other than the Wyatts and 3MB. I don't want them to be like 3MB and just get jobbed all the time, because Kofi Kingston has some potential, and it has potential, and he's never been healed before, Kofi. So Kofi Kingston is a heel. I don't know how that's gonna work, and I don't know how this group. But I just find out like he's coming out here in this. I'm wondering where he even came from. I never even saw Xavier Woods head to the ring, and he's coming out. He's pretty much coming out talking about, you know, we're a group now and everything. And I was wondering what the hell he was talking about. I don't know what this new nation or probably is. I want somebody to tell me something about this and comment on this Prime Nation and Domination 2.0. Rusev and Lana came out. Before they said something, Great Khali came out and Rusev destroyed Khali. Since the WWE is somewhat in trouble from last night at Battleground with the whole Russian thing and the Malaysian airline, which was never, you know, discussed, but you know, they didn't even see. I even saw some news channels today, like, oh, the WWE, they made fun of the airline. And yeah, it is a tragedy, and yeah, it's not fun to be so fun of, but they never said it, so why talk about it? WWE has got in trouble for many things like this before, and they had to turn around and apologize. Muhammad Hassan, that the time when Swagger and Coulter had to pretty much, oh, I'm sorry, we're characters on the TV, and they had to say their names and apologize because they were talking about the Mexicans and stuff. And they had to say, and people in the outlet media got all serious and stuff. Sometimes I don't know why WWE can never get away with things when it comes to some of the current events and issues. But then when they talk about it, everybody just turns around and pretty much get pussyfied and has to blame wrestling for this. But I don't understand why. And I guess they didn't let them talk tonight after last night, which they never said anything about the Malaysian airline. They only talked about the war in Afghanistan with the Americans. Yeah, Russia's in a lot of fucking trouble right now. Some people are blaming them for about that airline thing. And it is a very bad tragedy what happened. But do we really need to go against wrestling now to take it like this? It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me sometimes. Other than playing the Stephanie McMahon thing throughout almost the entire night, which kind of got annoying after a while. Goldust, Stardust talked about the cosmic system in the back again, which is funny. Dean Ambrose went against Cesaro then, which was actually a good match. Could have went better, but pretty much Ambrose got a chair and Cesaro wouldn't pretty much just start throwing chairs, everyone going crazy then. But that was a good match. But Triple H stood in the ring talking about, alright, here's the opponent that's going to fight Cena at SummerSlam. And let me say one thing. John Cena was not on the show tonight for some reason, which I find very odd because he won the title last night. I almost thought The Rock was going to be it because it was Miami in his hometown. But Cena, pretty much, he called out his opponent, and it was Orton that came out, but Roman Reigns attacked him, and they fought to the back. And then it was Paul Heyman came out. He says, since Triple H, he was flexing himself, since Plan A isn't working and Roman Reigns gets involved in your business, and Seth Rollins will be able to cash in the Money in the Bank without Dean Ambrose attacking, let me introduce you to Plan C. And Plan C was Brock frickin' Lesnar. As he came out, they shook hands with Triple H, pretty much Triple H approved of it, and pretty much Paul Heyman went on to talk about Cena, your days are over. And this isn't the whole typical thing. Listen, John Cena, you're not going to escape this fight. Brock Lesnar is going to beat you to a pulp. You are not going anywhere. And it was a great promo he was talking about, and he talked about and pretty much played the entire streak clip of him beating The Undertaker, and he went on about that. I'm surprised he didn't mention about Brock Lesnar beating the living shit out of him in Chicago 2 years ago at Extreme Rules. But I liked what he said. I pledge allegiance to the conqueror of greatness, and pretty much saying there's going to be no more hustle or every sec. And if you guys are Cena fans and you say Cena sucks, it's pretty much at the odds-on favorite is Brock Lesnar. He's going to beat the living hell out of John Cena. And at SummerSlam, he said he's challenging him right now. SummerSlam, he said it's gonna go down, and it's gonna be like WrestleMania when Vince had to go to the hospital with the Undertaker when he collapsed going to the back. That's gonna be the same thing with John Cena, and pretty much he's going to destroy him, F5 him, and become the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So it was a good thing at the end. It would have been better if fans never knew about Brock Lesnar fighting John Cena anyway 2 months ago on the internet, and their posters were posted all over the thing on the internet. So I think people knew. It would have been surprising if people didn't know, but now people do know, and it is Brock Lesnar versus John Cena at SummerSlam in the main event. So that's gonna happen. So that's Plan C. That's what's gonna happen. So that pretty much ended it right there. So once again, you know, it's me, the H-O-O-D. You know what I am, you know what I do, the flow of the show. Here I go. It's going down, sound. Came and I saw it, now we done with this review of Monday Night Raw. I'm out here, see you guys later. Peace.